Recording here. We're going to hit live here. Okay, I'm just waiting for my countdowns. Let me make sure Facebook is behaving this week. Insta's going good. Let me just make sure. Okay, you're now live on Facebook. Okay, excellent. Okay, here we go. We are live. It is Friday. We have made it through another week. My year is gradually getting better. My weeks are getting better. Not that it's been a bad year. It's just January just felt very long. Anybody else have that problem? Um, Instead of dry January, they should call it long January. Although it is good to cut out some of those overindulgences from the holiday season, all the sugar and the alcohol and the rich foods. Maybe they ought to call it healthy and rested January. I don't know. But um, I'm glad that we're rolling into February. I'm glad that I'm kind of getting back in the groove. I love the holidays. I love the fact that it's a slower pace. But ramping back up kind of kicks me in the butt every year. So I'm glad I'm getting through that. My week is this week was better than last week, and I'm sure next week is going to be even better. So um, I'm excited for moving forward. Okay, so I was talking with a couple of my other travel agents last night. We just got together and chatted, and kind of just not anything travel related, just kind of fun stuff, and reminded me that um, new Billy Joel song is out. Called Turn the Lights Back On. I don't know. It's like the first thing he's released in like 20 years. Because I know he had a period where he decided he was only going to do classical music, and that didn't go quite as he planned, I don't think. Funny how life is that way. Um, so. But I enjoyed listening to it. If you haven't heard it, go give it a listen. But we were talking about concerts we'd been to and our favorite artists and that kind of stuff. So it reminded me that I needed to go find that song. And I did. Okay. So now that we've, talked about the important things like new music, let's talk about travel. Let's start in Universal. The worlds for Epic Universe have been announced. They haven't announced a whole lot, but they're starting to give us peeks. So there are 5 worlds. The first world you will enter in the park is Celestial Park. They haven't told us a lot about it, but it's going to have a carousel. It's going to have Starfall Racers, which are a dual launch coaster that goes 62 miles per hour. And Celestial Park will be the gateway to the other 4 worlds, and each of the 4 other worlds will have a portal that opens into Celestial Park, which is kind of an interesting idea. Um, the other worlds are Dark Universe, think Halloween Horror Nights, Dr. Frankenstein's Experiments will be walking around. There will be monsters. It will. I'm thinking kind of dark, creepy vibe. But again, we haven't learned much, so I'm probably not right. That's just kind of my first impression. We'll have the Isle of Berk from How to Train Your Dragon. We'll have a world that will be Super Nintendo World. And then there will be an expansion to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I don't know if it'll be separate or if it'll be an expansion, if it'll be connected. But they are expanding that whole um, world, and they are adding Ministry of Magic. So we're going to get the Ministry of Magic and London from the 20s as it is in Fearless Beast. Is it Fearless Beast? Yeah. Yeah, Fearsome Beast and Where to Find Them. Can't believe I had a hiccup on that for a minute. There will be a hotel within Epic Universe, and it will be the Helios Grand Hotel. I know there were 2 other hotels announced for Universal, and they are opening um, in 2024 and 2025, but they will not be in Epic Universe. So there we go. We can. So that means that Universal will now have 4 parks. Well, 3 parks and a water park, which is 4 parks. Um, so they are expanding, and Epic Universe will be the biggest of the Universal parks. It will have the biggest footprint once they're all said and done. So I'm excited. I'm always excited for more Harry Potter. That coaster looks really cool. I'm curious about Super Nintendo World. I was never a big video game player, but I do know a lot of the characters. I knew a lot of people that gamed, so it's not like it's unknown to me. And from what I've heard from West Coast, from California, it seems like it's really cool. So I would like to experience that too. All right. So let's move into other travel news. Discounts, deals that are coming up, things you can do, places you can go. There's a bunch of cool stuff out there. Festival of the Arts is still going on. You guys saw my popcorn bucket last week. You know I am a Figment fan, so if you have an opportunity, go give Figment a hug for me. Um, okay, now I have all these little notes shoved into the bottom of my page here. Royal Caribbean. Let's talk some cruise credits and some cruise deals because this is a great time to get on a boat and just sail away. I'd kind of like to do that. I'm sure you would too. So Royal Caribbean has a $600 credit, a $600 onboard credit, up to $600, up to 60% off your second guest, and kids stay free. Um, Princess has up to 40% off your third and fourth cruisers. They have an included room upgrade and they have a $100 deposit. Um, Virgin Voyages through 2/29 has 65% off your second sailor and up to $500 in drink credit. Carnival has deals starting at $289. Virgin also has a this cough, it's gonna be the death of me, I tell you. Has a very limited time deal. It's $149 per sailor. If you upgrade to a room with a hammock and a veranda, it's $219. Now I suspect there are not that many dates for that. So if that's something you want to do, definitely reach out sooner rather than later because I would suspect that they're going to go quick. I don't know that for sure, but I would hate for you to miss out. Okay, so we did those. Now let's talk about our Disney stuff. You know, we always end up at the mouse. Sometimes we start at the mouse, but today I felt Epic Universe was really the big hot buzz. So I wanted to cover that first because I know not all of you will watch to the end, which I understand. So I wanted to kind of try to put that out there first. Okay. Oh, somebody else waved at me. I gotta wave here. I'm waving on Instagram and recording for Facebook and YouTube. I'm multitasking at the max. Hey, I kind of like that phrase. I might have to use that. Okay. So, if you are a Florida resident, you can get a Thrills ticket. That is good through March 15th. Those dates include weekends. There's not a weekend blackout like there sometimes is. You can get 2 days for $199 or 3 days for $219. You can also get 35% off a 5 night trip. Most dates between March 25th and July 7th. Don't forget, Disney Plus has that dining deal for traveling between July 1st and September 30th. Another deal for Florida residents, you can get up to 30% off through March 24th, and then picks up a couple days later and runs through July 7th. So we can definitely, if you're looking at those dates, we can definitely get you the best deal we can. There's also the Play and Dine deal for kids 3 to 9. Don't forget, going back to cruises for a minute, don't forget there's that reduced deposit on Disney cruises. So if you're planning on cruising, this is a great time to book because you don't have to put as much money out of pocket now. You can wait until you get your tax refund if you think you're going to get one, or if you have a quarterly bonus coming up at work, you can put your deposit down now and make a bigger payment when your deposit comes in early April. So, just a thought. I would hate for you guys to miss out on a trip you really wanted to take. There are always options, there's always a way to put a deposit down and work the rest of it out. And we can design a payment plan that works for you. And I don't know what that is because what works for you is not going to work for me, but I know you and I can find it. Okay, let's see. We have Play and Dine. We have 4 night, 4 day deals for starting for stays April 7th. That runs through June 30th. You can get 20% off a room only deal. February 22nd to the 25th, and then March 1st to 24th. Disneyland has 20% off if you stay Sunday through Thursday. Through March 10th, you can get a 1 day, 1 park. And this is, I think, a local thing. Yeah, local tickets. You can get a 1 day ticket as low as $50 or a 3 day ticket doing 1 park per day. If you do it Monday through Thursday, it's $225, which is $75 per day. If you do on the weekend, it is $275 for the day for 3 days. Okay. I really need to type these up. Oh wait, I have something here in the margin. What is this? Oh, and Universal, don't forget, has the if you do the 2 day 2 park ticket, you can get 2 days free. They also have some good package deals. I was in there looking for a client the other day. They have some low price stuff. Don't forget, if you do an upper tier hotel, you get free express pass. Um, so that can save you some money. That can, help with your budget. You get to stay somewhere a little nicer. You get to be a little closer. Well, I don't know that you're closer to the park because Universal's hotels are pretty close anyway. But you get some other perks. Don't forget, you can do things like the rum sampling at Strongwater Tavern. You can rent musical instruments at Hard Rock Cafe. You can listen to the underwater sound system at Hard Rock Cafe. All right, I gotta bust out the water. I was trying not to do it, but I gotta do it. There are Minion themed rooms. There are Jurassic Park themed rooms at Universal. Um, and there's also the Harry Potter package where you can do the ice cream flight, where you can do a meal at the Three Broomsticks or the Leaky Cauldron, and you can also do a photo package. And this is something you may not have known, but you know that I talk about Memory Maker at Disney all the time. Universal has their own version of that. So be sure if you go to get your photo spots, even if you don't get your pictures, I think you should get at least one because you need a memento. But um, it's a really cool thing, so make sure you don't miss out on it. Okay. Um, got a minute or two left before I hit the YouTube limit of 15 minutes. So, um, I want everybody to have a great week next week. For those of you who have kiddos, spring break is fast approaching. Easter is a little earlier than it's been the past couple years. So, don't let it catch you off guard. If you're thinking of something, reach out to me because we need to start having that conversation to make it work. We don't have to book anything this weekend, but we need to at least start watching for stuff and start keeping an eye on things and start narrowing things down. So I would love to help you plan a trip for spring break. If you're done spring break or if you don't do spring break, you want to do a bigger summer trip, I'd love to help you with those. There's plenty of summer options. You can do a city, you can do a theme park, you can do a beach, you can do a cruise. For those of you with kids in college who maybe don't come home so much during the summer, how about a Virgin Voyage or a Viking River cruise? They're all adult only. For those of you with college kids that want something a little different, how about Adventures by Disney? They're great for older kids. They get you to some really neat destinations. They get you doing some really, really cool things. Um, Part of your one of your tour guides is a local person, so you really do get a local feel. And Disney has some things that you can do with Disney that you can't do with anyone else. So keep them in mind. Everybody stay safe, stay well, and I will see you next week. Have a good week ahead, but before that, enjoy the heck out of the weekend.